Has Prince Harry struck fear into his father's heart after his recent tirade against the royal family? And is the real reason the prince has come to Britain to overshadow the king's first official state trip abroad? Hello Crown Crunchers! Royal biographer Tom Bower has weighed in on his thoughts as to why Charles had no time to see his son this week, stating, "Harry is now dangerous." Bower, who is the esteemed author of Revenge, Meghan, Harry and the War Between the Windsors, claims that due to the fact Harry has been so heavily influenced by celebrity culture that he has become a controversial suing machine who is on a mission to reform Britain. Bower claims that Harry believes the press should be obedient to him. Now this is quite outrageous, but Tom Bower does know what he's talking about. If this is true, that Harry will not stop until the media only depict him in a good light, then Houston, we have a problem. This will be an endless war between Harry and Britain that's about to get very ugly. In Britain, nobody has the power to dictate what the media say or don't say about you. As part of the royal family, you are privy to a mine of luxuries, including gorgeous properties, servants, and a substantial amount of wealth. But you are also, of course, obliged to bear with the press, who can, of course, be a little bit annoying. The standard method of dealing with this is shut up and move on, and in the royals' case, focus on being eternally grateful for everything that you have. But for Super Harry, that's not good enough. He must don his cape and save Britain, when a recent poll states that 2/3 of Brits don't even want him here. But getting to another theory as to why Harry is in Britain this week, it's a theory of Angela Levin, who had previously worked for the Daily Mail, which Harry is currently in a legal battle against. She has closely followed the royal family for years, and in her expert opinion, Harry is using this moment to overshadow his father's first official state trip to Germany as king.
Dinner for one. Meine Frau und sich sind tief gerührt. Wie herzlich wir in Deutschland.
That's right, Prince Privacy is digging the knife in further by once again covering the front pages of all the papers, whilst his father, the king, is set to work on reinforcing the image of the monarchy abroad. I think he wants to crash this monarchy and take over with Meghan, is what Angela Levin has said. Unfortunately, stealing the limelight momentarily from the king may not be enough to win the hearts and trusts of British people once more. Now, in my humble opinion, this channel is quickly becoming the best place for the spiciest comments on the YouTube, all because of your delicious input. So let's get to some of these wonderful comments. Jim says, if Haz goes to the coronation but Meg stays home, who will rub Haz's back to reassure him when he gets booed? Quite certain he'll get booed. They got booed at the Jubilee, if you remember, and they were not nearly as unpopular back then. In fact, they were popular back then. And so now I just can't imagine how bad it's going to be. It was already quite bad. If you remember them walking down the steps, it could be the biggest British booing royal disaster of all time. Already, I cannot remember a time, let me know down in the comments if you can, when other royals have been booed in a similar way to Meghan and Harry. Luminia said the smirk on his face is very disturbing. He should not be allowed near the royal family. He could hurt them. I don't trust him at all. And you're saying what we're all feeling. Little by little, we have lost our trust in Harry, to the point where his popularity has plummeted below Prince Andrew, which is a difficult feat after all the gossip that came out about Prince Andrew and his involvement with Epstein. You would think it would not be possible to get less popular than someone who has been involved with Epstein, but he's managed to do it. And Simon says, come on, the choice between the hassle of flying, being bored stiff in court, traumatized by the paps and ignored by your family, or spending time at home with Meghan. No choice really, was it? Ooh, that's so spicy. I love it. If you ever listen to her podcast, you would notice that she did like to refer to herself rather often.
How on earth did I get here? The girl from Suits. And I was surrounded by world leaders. I was so nervous. I doubted myself, what I was doing in the world, albeit important and meaningful.
Even when she would have the most remarkable people on who had faced some of the most difficult challenges, fought for their country, etc., she somehow always managed to bring it back to her somewhat mundane life and make it about her. So yes, it must be difficult being at home with her. Anything would be better. Thank you very much for those comments. Hit the like button if you think Harry should give up on his mission to save Britain. See you in the comments.